Hiya Dave, great to see you again yesterday. Just to recap on the session, I mean the common denominator amongst all your shots is that the ball starts slightly left of your target. Then depending on what you do with your club face through impact is the resultant shot. Pull, cut, overcut and the odd shot hit heavy. If we look at the contrast between you and Jesper Parnevik from face on, Jesper Parnevik, as we discussed yesterday, hits draws all the time. You can see there that he's got his ball back and his hands forward. When you compare that to yourself, you've got your ball more forward in your stance, and your ball position that would probably be appropriate for a rescue club or a 3-wood maybe, as opposed to a 6-iron or a 7-iron, which I believe we were hitting yesterday. So the ball's a little bit too far forward within that circle that we talked about yesterday. So we put the canes down on the mat to illustrate what was happening when you were swinging the golf club. And we can see here we put Parnevik's down, his ball is much further back in that circle, consequently he's hitting it earlier in the downswing as the club is coming from the inside. He's not having to force the club on the inside on the way down by hanging back on his right side, which, if we did discuss, was that results normally with you in the big shot to the right with your driver. If we look what happens to impact for a guy who cuts the ball, we can see here that there's a lot of whip through with the wrist through impact. You can see there. That's because you can't quite get back to the ball. At this point you're good to go, but unfortunately the ball's ahead of where you would want it, so you've got to throw the club head at the ball to get through. So there's the big release, which in your case is resulting in a left to right shot. If you compare that to the release that we see here with Parnevik, who hits a draw, club's coming from the inside because of the ball position and the hand position. He just needs to keep it going from in to out now without flipping the wrist. You can see there that a very passive hand action for a guy who's hitting it right to left. Remember what we said yesterday during the lesson, it's the club face that's going to dictate where the ball starts, and the path of the club that's going to dictate the spin that you put on the golf ball. So you can see there Parnevik's club face is pointing right, so it's going to start right. The path of the club is then out in front of him, which is going to bend the ball back to the left as it would if you were hitting a football. What we see here with yourself from down the target line is as you come through impact, club's coming nicely into the ball from the inside, but now the club's going to work left as it comes through rather than continuing down that line or down that circle. You can see there that the club works left, so you come in a club face that's square, so the ball's going to start off on line, and then a club that works left through impact, which means you're going to impart left to right spin on the golf ball. Ideally what we'd want, Dave, initially is for you to move the ball back, move the hands forward, and just get used to that ball starting a little bit right of target as opposed to starting left of target. Once you get the ball starting right of target because of your setup, you're going to be able to release the club much better in the downswing, which will be your next session in a couple of weeks' time. Good luck with it. If you need to speak about it further, just give me a call or pop in the shop. Well done.